Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. It's 7 o'clock now, so we will start our class. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Jazakumullah everyone for arriving on time, and especially to those who were waiting patiently. So before we start our today's class, I would just like to make an announcement about tomorrow's concluding session. So inshallah, tomorrow we will have our concluding session for the 6th term of our G1 online course. Okay, it will be on the same time from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Okay, the same time as our usual class, and the ID, password, everything is the same. Okay, and today's lesson, we are going to be practicing using the Holy Quran. Okay, and specifically we will be using Surah Al-Falaq and Surah An-Nas. So let's start with the opening prayer. Can I request CST for a student?
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah.
Walaikum assalam warahmatullah.
G1052.
G1052. Assalamu alaikum. G1052. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Okay, can you recite this prayer? Let's start with Tawuz.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Okay, would you like to try by yourself?
I want to follow after you.
Okay, that's fine. ربنا
ربنا
تقبل
تقبل
منا
منا
إنك
إنك
أنت السميع
أنت السميع
العليم.
العليم.
Okay, very good. And the translation?
Our Lord, accept from us, for you are all hearing, all knowing. Al-Baqarah 128.
Jazakillah, G1052.
Allah
Okay. Allah Hafiz. Okay, so now before we start our lesson, I would like to remind everyone about our class etiquettes. So I hope that everyone, before joining the class, everyone performed wudu and that you are wearing clean clothes. Make sure that your head is covered with a scarf or a cap, and I hope that a parent is present with their child. And please make sure that you're sitting in a quiet place, especially if you want to get a turn on the mic. Okay, this is very important so that everyone can hear you clearly. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, we will be practicing using the Holy Quran. Okay, and specifically, we will be looking at Surah Al-Falaq, and after this, we will look at Surah An-Nas. Okay, so before we start having students, okay, to practice, what I'm going to do is recite the entire surah, okay, and demonstrate the correct way to recite it. And I would like all the students to repeat after me, okay? I will recite very slowly. So for practice, please make sure that you are repeating after me at home. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل أعوذ برب الفلق من شر ما خلق ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب ومن شر النفاثات في العقد ومن شر حاسد إذا حسد. All right, I hope that everyone was reciting and repeating after me. So now we will have students, okay, and we will go through a few verses at a time. So can I request the SD for next student? Assalamu alaikum. Can we have the next student? Okay, there seems to be a problem. In the meanwhile, I will have a student. G1052. Assalamu alaikum.
I already had a turn.
Okay. All right. I'll just lower your hand. All right. G1104. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamualaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Assalamu alaikum.
Okay. Is this
नहीं मेरी बेटी अपनी क्लास ले रही जीवन में तो मैंने उसको
okay?
Assalamu alaikum.
Is this G1104?
Yes.
Okay. Let's start with A'udhu billah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Okay. So let's if you can first repeat after me, okay, and then I'll give you a chance to recite by yourself. Is that all right?
Yes.
Okay. Bismillah.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Okay. قل أعوذ
قل أعوذ
برب الفلق
برب الفلق
من شر
من شر ما خلق
ما خلق.
ما خلق.
Okay, very good. Jazakallah. G1004. So now I would like to highlight some rules that we have applied. Okay. And yeah, so first of all, in the second verse, we have a thick letter. Okay, this qaf, it's a thick letter. So for that, we have to make a thick sound. Okay, then we have vaw madda. Okay, and we know that because the previous letter is carrying the sign of dhamma. Okay, and that is why we prolong this for 2 seconds. Okay, after that, we have the letter ba with the sign of tashdid. Okay, it's also known as the sign of shadda. And that's why we have to make a double sound. Okay, we have to stress on this letter ba. And that's what we did. Okay, then lastly, at the very end, we have the same thick letter again, qaf. Okay, and again, we have to be mindful of the thick and heavy sound. Then in the next verse, we have another mushaddad letter. Okay, this time it's mushaddad ra. So again, we have to stress on it. Okay, followed by alif madda. Okay, and again, we know this because the previous letter is carrying the sign of fatha. So we prolonged this for 2 seconds. Okay, then we have another thick letter. Okay, this time it's a different one. It's ha. Okay, and then at the end, the same thick letter again, qaf. So we have to be mindful of all these rules. Okay, and that's what we did. G1104. In the second verse, there were some blank letters which we dropped. Okay, we did not pronounce them when we were reciting. Do you know where they are?
Excuse me, if you have got background noise.
Okay. G1104.
Yes.
It's okay if you don't know. Okay, so to remind all the students, here we have this blank alif. Okay, and we learned in one of the previous lessons that whenever we have blank letters, okay, between two words, when we are joining the two words, we drop them. Okay, and we don't pronounce them, and that's what we did. So we joined the ba mushaddad straight to the lam sakin. Okay, lam that is carrying the sign of sukun. Okay. Can I request ST for another student?
Yes, next is going to be G1048.
G1048. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Okay, so G1048, let's start with Tavus.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Okay, now we are going to go through the fourth verse. وَمِن شَرِّ
ومن شر
غَاسِقٍ
غاسق
إِذَا وَقَبَ.
إذا وقب.
Okay, Jazakallah, G1048. So I'm just going to remind everyone, okay, in Bismillah, on top of this lam, we have vertical fatha. And that's why we prolong this for 2 seconds. But we also stress on this lam because of the tashdeed sign. Okay. And then again, we have ra mushaddad. Okay. And we stress on this as well. And we make a double sound. Okay. So first we join the ha to the ra, which will become hir. And then we take into account this fatha. Okay. So this is going to be ra. Hir-Rahman. Okay. And we also have blank letters here. Okay. Which we drop because we are reading in continuation. Okay. We are reciting in wasl. That's why we drop these and we don't pronounce them in the recitation. Okay. And I would like to remind all the students that at the end of all these verses, okay, all letters are either carrying a fatha stroke, okay, or a kasra stroke. Okay, and whenever we pause on at the end of these verses, okay, these strokes, fatha or kasra, will always change into sukun. Okay, that's what we learned in one of the earlier lessons as well. So let's have a look here. In the first example, we can see that fatha will change into sukun. Okay, we can see that this word ends with kaf, which is carrying the fatha stroke. Okay, and when we pause, it will carry the sign of sukun. Similarly, this word is ending in meme, which is carrying the kasra stroke, and that also ends with sukun. Okay, it will also change into sukun. Okay, G1048.
Oh, can G1047 have 10?
Yes, you can, but before that, G1048, would you like to recite this by yourself now?
Okay. ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب.
Okay, very good. Just remember to prolong this. Okay, here we have alif madda. So do you know how long we have to prolong this for?
8 seconds.
2 seconds. Very good. Okay, so just remember that. And the tanween, make sure to make a nasal sound for this. Okay, then another alif madda. Okay, so remember to prolong this for 2 seconds as well. Okay, and be mindful of the thick letters. Would you like to try again?
ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب.
Very good. That was much better. Okay, G1047.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam. Let's start with A'udhu Billah. Okay, let's recite slowly. Okay, and be mindful of all these things I have highlighted in Bismillah. Okay,
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
okay, very good. So we have to, okay, let me get rid of these. Okay, so in Bismillah, we have 2 types of ha. Okay, first we have the small ha, and then in Ar-Rahman and Ar-Rahim, we have the big ha. Okay, so just remember that the big ha comes from middle of the throat. Okay, and this small one comes from the lower part of the throat. So, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Okay, let's start from here. وَمِن شَرِّ النَّفَّاثَاتِ.
ومن شر النفاثات.
Okay, very good. Just remember, it's a bit hard to see, but there's a vertical fatha. Okay, so we have to prolong both of these for 2 seconds. Okay, and we have to do a 2-second nasal sound on this noon gunna. Okay, so if I can go back, yeah. So in one of the earlier lessons, we learned about gunna. Okay, and we learned that there are 2 letters, in particular, mim and noon. When they carry the sign of tashdid, okay, when they carry the sign of shadda, we do a 2-second nasal sound. Okay, so let's try this again. Sharrin nafasat. Okay, much better. Fil uqad. Okay, very good effort. And G1047, there is a blank letter in this verse as well. There are actually, they are in 2 places in this verse. Can you tell me where they are?
After the fee
and others.
Okay, very good. After this word fi, we have a blank alif, and we dropped it, right? We joined this letter fa, okay, straight to the lam. Okay, and this it is hard to see, but this ya is also blank. Okay, so we are joining the fa, the letter fa, which is mutaharrik because it's carrying the kasra sign, straight to the lam sakin. Okay, fil uqad. Okay, and
after Shari.
that's right, very good. So after this word, okay, we have this blank alif and also blank lam. So we are joining the ra mushaddad, okay, ra mutaharrik, straight to the noon mushaddad. شر النفاثات. Okay, very good. Well done, G1047. Would you like to have a go by yourself? Yes. Okay, your voice was cut in the middle. Can you try again? G1047, are you still there? Okay.
I can't hear her as well.
Okay. Can we have another student for the last verse?
Yes. I will invite G1029.
G1029. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Okay, let's start with Tawus.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم
Okay, very good. وَمِن شَرِّ
ومن شر
حاسد
حاسد
إذا حسد. إذا.
إذا حسد.
Very good. So I would just like to remind all the students, here we have Ra Mushaddid. Okay, so we have to stress on it and make a double sound. Shar, ri. Okay, then we have an alif madda. Okay, and we know that because previous letter is carrying fatha. So that's why we prolonged this for 2 seconds. And here we have tanween, so we have to be mindful of the nasal sound. Okay, we have to make a soft nasal sound. And G1029, there is another place. Okay, there is another example of alif madda. Would you be able to tell everyone where it is?
Is it at the end on the zal?
Very good, excellent. So the letter zal is followed by alif. Okay, and the zal itself is carrying fatha stroke. So we know that this is alif madda, and that's why we prolong for 2 seconds. Okay, and G1029, do you know what's the correct way to pause? I reminded everyone earlier. Do you know how the fatha on top of the dal will change, or what it will change into?
No.
Okay, so I'll give you a hint. So this is how we recited. We said, إِذَا حَسَدْ. So what do you think it changed into?
You pause.
Yes, we paused, and the fatha changed into something because I didn't say hasada. I said hasad. So what do you think? Okay, it's fine. So it changed into sukoon. Okay, and that is the correct way to pause on a word or a letter that ends with a fatha stroke. Okay, or a kasra stroke or dhamma stroke as well. Jazakallah, G1029.
Jazakallah.
Okay, so now we are going to move on to the next chapter, and that is Surah An-Nas. Okay, so again, I'm going to recite it first, okay, and I'll demonstrate the correct way to pronounce each and every verse, and I would like to request all the students to repeat after me, okay? I will recite slowly so that you have some time to repeat, okay? And then we will pick students to practice as well. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. قل أعوذ برب الناس ملك الناس إله الناس من شر الوسواس الخناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس. All right, Jazakumullah. I hope that everyone was practicing at home. So now we will have students.
Okay, I'm going to invite G1 G014.
G1014. Assalamu alaikum.
फिर उनसे पूछा था ये प्रेशर हमारे गैस का समटाइम करके बहुत लो हो जाता है तो वो कहते हैं शायद औसत
Would you like me to pick another one or?
Yes.
Because it's very noisy.
Yes. That's fine.
Okay, I'll call G1007.
Okay. G1007. Assalamu alaikum. Okay, there is some sort of technical problem. G1007, your voice is breaking as well, and I can't hear you properly. So we will pick some.
Hello?
Assalamu alaikum.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, it's much better now. Okay, G1007. We are going to go through a few verses. Okay, let's start with Tawuz. We start with A'udhu Billah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Okay. قل أعوذ
قل أعوذ
برب الناس
برب الناس.
Okay, so let's have a look. Jazakallah. G104007, you recited really well. Just stay with me. Okay, so in the very first verse we have, okay, just like Surah Al-Falaq, again we have the very first verse starting with a thick letter, Qaf. Okay, it's one of the 7 thick letters. Then we have this Waw. Okay, and this Waw is, yes, very good. Very good, excellent. G1007. This is one of the 3 huruful mad. Okay, this is Waw. Okay, and we know that we have Alif, Waw, and Ya. Okay, which are the 3 huruful mad. Okay, 3 letters of elongation. Do you know how much we have to prolong this for? G1007.
Seconds.
2 seconds, that's right. Okay, and then we also have a blank letter. Okay, 2 blank letters. Do you know where they are? Yes, go on. Okay, I can't hear you. G1007. Okay, so we have, just to remind all the students, okay, we have 2 blank letters here. Okay, and again, when we have blank letters in between 2 words, okay, and when we are reciting in continuation, okay, in wasl, we are going to drop these 2 letters and we will not be pronouncing them in recitation, okay? That is why we joined the ba, okay, mutaharrik, straight to the noon mushaddad. Okay, bi rabbin nas. And at the end, we also have alif madda again. Okay, so that's why we prolonged this for 2 seconds as well. Okay, before we move on, I would just like to remind all the students that all of these verses end with the letter, okay, that is carrying the sign of kasra. Okay, and whenever we have a word that ends in a letter that is carrying the sign of kasra, okay, it will change into sukoon. Okay, what change will take place in pausing? Kasra will change into sukoon, as we can see over here. Okay, so just be mindful of that. Can we have the next student?
Yes, we can invite G1006.
G1006. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam. Okay, G1006. Let's start with Tawuz.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم
Okay. Malikin nas.
ملك الناس
Ilahin nas.
إله الناس.
Okay, very good. G1006. In both of these verses, we have blank letters. Do you know where they are?
Yes.
Okay, can you tell us?
One is next to the noon.
Okay, so
And-
which, this one?
Yes.
Okay, and
In the middle of ka. In the middle of
here?
yes.
Okay, very good. And do you know in the next verse as well?
Yes.
Okay, and where are they?
Next to ha and noon.
Excellent, well done. So in both of these verses, we have the same word, annas, okay, and then here as well. And in fact, even in this verse, we also have the same word, okay, and the same blank letters. And because we are joining, okay, this word, maliki, with the second word, annas, we are going to drop the alif and lam. Okay,
Yes.
we are going to join the kaf, mutaharrik, straight to noon mushaddad, malikin nas, like that. Okay, and then again, we are going to join the ha mutaharrik to noon mushaddad, ilahin nas. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and G1006, there is also alif madda, okay, alif of elongation in both of these verses.
Yes.
Do you know where they are?
The noon.
Okay,
Next to the noon. Next to the noon.
excellent. So here we have alif madda, okay, same as this verse, okay, and that's why we prolong this for 2 seconds, okay, because the previous letter noon is carrying the fatha stroke, okay.
Excuse me. I know this all off by heart.
Very good. Okay, that would be, I think, correct for most of the students who are attending this course. So that is a very good thing that all of you or most of you have memorized it. Okay. And again, we also have noon gunna here, so we have to do a 2-second nasal sound here as well. Okay, and a vertical fatha. So remember to prolong this for 2 seconds. So G1006, would you like to have a go by yourself?
Yes. Should I start
Okay.
from the beginning or?
You can start from here.
Okay. Malikin nas, ilahin nas.
Okay, very good. Just remember to prolong this for a bit longer. Okay, minimum of 2 seconds. Can you try again?
Ilahin nas.
Okay, that's very good effort. Jazakallah, G1006. Okay, can we have another student?
Yes, next one is going to be G1126.
G1126.
26.
Assalamu alaikum.
I can't unmute this ID.
Okay, let me have a try. G1126.
1126.
Okay, G1126. If you could please unmute yourself. Okay. Then you will be able to have a go. In the meanwhile, can you pick another student?
Okay, G1123.
G1123. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Okay, let's start with A'udhu Billah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم
Okay. Min sharril waswasil khannas.
من شر وسواس خناس
Okay. Waswasil
وسواس سيمول
khannas.
خناس.
Okay, make sure to prolong because we have alif madda. Okay, we have to prolong for 2 seconds. Khannas.
خناس.
Okay, very good. Here we also have noon ghunna. Okay, noon mushaddad. So we have to do a 2-second nasal sound. And here we have a ra mushaddad. So we have to stress appropriately. Okay, we have to make a double sound. And in this verse, there are 3 places. Okay. Okay, so, there are 2 places where we have blank letters. G1123, do you know where they are?
Yes,
Okay, can you tell everyone?
there is one alif, another alif, and another alif, and another alif.
Okay, very good. So we have, first of all, we have alif here, okay, in between this word, okay, and this word. And because we are joining the 2 words, we are going to drop this out of the pronunciation and we are going to join the ra mutaharrik straight to lam sakin. Okay, sharril waswas, like that.
شر الوسواس.
Okay, then we also have a blank letter here. Okay, and we haven't covered this rule yet, so it's okay, but we don't pause on the sign of la. So we have to join these 2 words. Okay, and what we will do is join the seen mutaharrik straight to lam sakin. Okay, waswasil khannas.
وسواس الخناس.
Okay, very good. Jazakallah, G1123. Okay, can we have the next student?
I'm going to invite G1117.
G117. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Okay, let's start with A'udhu Billah.
A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim.
Okay, very good. Allazi
Allazi
yuwaswisu
yaw yaw yuwis wasu
Okay, that's fine. You was
was
wisu
wisu
yuwaswisu.
yuwis yawis
Okay, just okay, that's fine. Just look carefully, okay, and recite slowly.
Iwa si
That's right.
Su.
Okay, very good. So first we are joining the vaw mutaharrik to sin sakin. Okay, and that is going to be was. And then
Was.
continue. Yes, and continue and finish the word. Okay.
Fi.
All right. So yuwaswisu.
Was wisu
Very good. Fi
fi
sudurin nas.
sudurin as
Okay.
nas.
Okay, very good. G1117. So just to remind everyone, first of all, we have yamata, okay, ya of elongation twice in this verse. Okay, and we know that because the previous letter is carrying the sign of kasra. G1117, do you know how long we have to prolong for a letter of elongation? How much?
2 seconds.
That's right, excellent. So that's why we are prolonging in both of these places, we are prolonging for 2 seconds. Okay, and then
Okay.
here, do you know what this waw is?
Oh wow, sucking.
Yes, and then we look at previous letter, it's carrying dhamma sign. So we know that this waw is also waw madda. Okay, waw of elongation. So we also prolong here for 2 seconds. Okay, and we also have a blank letter. Okay, here we have 2 blank letters, and therefore we are going to drop them. Again, we are going to join the raw mutaharrik straight to noon mushaddad. Okay, and it is going to be sudurin nas.
Sudurin nas.
Okay, and just remember to prolong for 2 seconds. Okay, we have alif madda as well, so we have to prolong for 2 seconds. And the scene, when we pause on it, it will change. The kasra will change into sukoon. Okay, so just 2 more things. The sod is also one of the thick letters. Okay, so we have to be mindful of the thick and heavy sound. Okay, and lastly, here we have a blank alif. So in one of the previous lessons, we learned about rules of blank alif. Okay, G1117. Do you remember what does a blank alif take in terms of fatha, kasra, and dhamma when it is followed by lam?
A fatha.
Excellent, well done. So because it's followed by lam, it will always take a fatha, and that's why we said allazi. Okay, so if we go back.
Assalamu alaikum. Sorry to disturb you. I just want to ask the students to turn their video cameras on.
Okay. So please, we are reciting the Holy Quran. Okay, so I would like to request all the students to pay due respect. Okay. Jazakumullah. So as I was saying, whenever blank alif is followed by lam, it will always take fatha. Okay, as we can see in the examples underneath. Blank alif is followed by lam, either lam sakin or lam mushaddad. It does not matter. As long as it is lam, the blank alif will always take fatha. So going back, G1117, would you like to have a go by yourself?
Okay. Allah. Allah. Z. You was. Si. Whistle.
Yes, that's right.
So. Nas.
Okay, very good. Just remember to prolong for 2 seconds.
Nas.
Okay, that was very good. Jazakallah, G1117.
Jazak.
Okay, can we have one more student for the last verse?
Okay, I'm going to call G1100.
G1100, Assalamu alaikum.
I can't unmute this ID.
Okay, I'll try. G1100, Assalamu alaikum. There's also G1099. Okay,
Can we call 1080?
G1080, Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Okay, is this G1080?
No, this is G1099.
Okay, G1099.
Assalamu alaikum.
Okay, now,
Would you like
okay, just give us a moment. Let's have G1099 first, and then we will go back to G1080. G1099, Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum. How are you?
Wa alaikum assalam rahmatullah. Alhamdulillah, I'm good. Jazakallah for asking. So, we are going to go through the last verse. Let's start with Tawuz.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم
Okay. من الجنة والناس.
من الجنة والناس.
Okay, very good. So first of all, we have Noon Mushaddad, okay, twice. So we have to be mindful of the Ghunna sound, okay, nasal sound. And we have to hold the nasal sound for 2 seconds. Okay, so as we covered this rule in one of the previous lessons as well. Okay, we have to sustain the nasal sound. Okay, hold it for 2 seconds. It should not be less than 2 seconds. Okay, so let's go back. We also have blank letters in 2 places. Okay, in this verse, G1099, do you know where they are?
Yes, so there's a alif next to the noon.
This one?
No, I meant the other one, but that isn't an alif as well.
Okay, so let me clarify. This alif is alif madda. Okay, because the previous letter is carrying the fatha stroke. Okay, so we are going to prolong this for 2 seconds.
Okay.
Blank alif is this one which appears between 2 words. Okay, between this word and this word. Okay, and we also have blank lam. So we are going to join the waw mutaharrik straight to noon mushaddad. Okay, and we are going to say one nas.
One nas.
Very good. And we also have a blank alif here. So again, we are going to join the noon mutaharrik straight to lam sakin. Okay, minal jinnah.
Minal jinnah.
Very good. Would you like to have a go by yourself? G1099?
Yes, please.
Okay, go on.
من الجنة والناس.
Okay, very good. You prolonged really nicely, but be mindful, okay, of the nasal sound. And remember to do it for a minimum of 2 seconds. Can you try again?
What? Sorry, I didn't quite hear that.
So on top of noon gunna, whenever we have tashteed on noon, we have to do a 2-second nasal sound. So we have to hold the nasal sound for 2 seconds, okay? Minal jinn.
من الجنة.
Okay, similarly, one-nas.
والناس.
Okay, very good. Jazakallah, G1099. So now, this Surah Al-Ikhlas, okay, it was covered yesterday, so I won't be reciting it, okay? We will just go straight and pick a student, okay, a few students to go through this surah. Can we have G1's, was it G1008?
Yeah, G1080.
Okay, G1080.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Okay, G1080.
How are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm good. Jazakallah for asking. Let's start with A'udhu Billah, Bismillah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Okay, would you like to have a go by yourself? Because it was
Yes.
covered yesterday. Okay, good.
قل أعوذ قل هو الله أحد.
Very good. Okay, that was very good effort. Okay, now just I would like all the students to repeat after me as well. قل هو الله أحد.
قل هو الله أحد.
Okay. So in this verse, we also have a blank letter. Okay, 2 blank letters, G1080. Do you know where they are?
After wa.
Excellent. Well done. So we have 2 blank letters here. And that's why we joined the Waw Mutaharrik straight to Lam Mushaddad. Okay. Huwallah.
هو الله.
Very good. Okay. And just remember, whenever we have tanween, do you know what it changes into when we pause on it?
السكون.
Excellent. Well done. So just for a reminder, okay, let's go to the lesson. Okay. So here we can see, okay, whenever we have tanween, in this case, we had dammatan, right? So here it is. Tanween of damma will change into sukoon, okay, which we can see here. So that's what we did, okay, and that is why we paused by saying ahad.
أحد.
Very good. And is this a double ID? G1080. Okay, no.
No.
So let's move on to the next verse, G1080. Can you recite the next verse?
الله الصمد.
Very good. Sod is a thick letter, so we have to be mindful of the thick and heavy sound. Allahu Samad.
الله الصمد.
Very good. And the dhamma will change into sukoon. Okay, and we are also dropping the 2 blank letters, and we are prolonging here for 2 seconds because of vertical fatha. Okay. Jazakillah, G1080, you did really well.
جزاك الله.
Can we, Allah Hafiz. Can we pick one more student?
Okay, I'm going to call G1013.
G,
Automatic.
G1.
Lagi mau bikin ko.
Okay, can we pick someone else?
Okay.
ऊपर मारे इन सबको.
G1031.
G1031, Assalamu alaikum. Okay, we are running out of time. G1099 was a double ID. G1099.
Would you like me to call 1104?
Yes, that's fine. G1104.
04.
I think we already did G1104.
Okay.
We can try 5. G1105.
Okay. G1126, they didn't pick up the last time, so I don't know.
Assalamu alaikum.
Okay, G1105. Assalamu alaikum.
This is
Assalamu
G1104.
Okay, I think 2 IDs are unmuted at the same time.
Oh.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. I muted one of them. G1105. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Okay, let's start with Tawuz.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم بسم الله الرحمن
Okay, that's fine. Let's go straight to the verse. This one.
لم يلد ولم يولد.
Okay. Just remember, here we have Vaw Madda, so make sure to prolong for 2 seconds. Walam yulad.
ولم يلد ولم يولد.
Very good. And the sukoon will remain sukoon even though we are pausing on this verse. Okay, next verse.
ولم يكن له كفوا أحد.
Okay, very good. Just make sure that there is a soft nasal sound on tanween. Okay. Kufuwan ahad.
كفوا أحد.
Very good. And just like the first verse, the dhammatan will also change into sukoon. Okay, and just like yesterday, the teacher reminded everyone, here we have noon sakin followed by lam mushaddad. So we are going to apply complete assimilation. Okay, idgham kamil with no nasal sound. Yakullahu.
يكن له كفوا أحد.
Very good. And just remember that the big ha comes from middle of the throat. Okay, and we have to differentiate between the small ha and the big ha. Ahad.
أحد.
Very good. Jazakallah, G1105. So that's it. Okay, and we also had a blank letter in the last verse as well, which we dropped. And the inverted dhamma, okay, the ishbaya, dhamma ishbaya, we also have to prolong this for 2 seconds, which we did. So now we are going to move on and end our lesson. So the homework is to practice Surah Al-Falaq and Surah Nas. Okay, both PDFs should have been provided in the parents group. So try to practice the whole chapter. I think that most of the students remember these chapters by heart. So that is a very good thing. And you don't have to do it in one go. You can do a few verses at a time. And I would like to request the parents to guide their children using the PDFs that are provided in the parents group. Okay. So now we are going to end. And before I end, again, I would just like to remind about yesterday's concluding session. Okay, inshallah, tomorrow is our concluding session, our final class. So everyone just try to arrive on time. Okay, and it will take place on the same time, same place. Okay, can we have a student for the ending prayer?
G1104.
Okay, G104 already had a go.
Assalamu alaikum.
Okay, who is this?
G1104.
Okay, can we
Has
try?
had 10 before?
Yes, G1104, you had a try before, right?
Yeah.
Okay, apologies. So can we try a different student?
Okay. Can we have G1126?
G1126. Assalamu alaikum. If you could unmute yourself. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. Let's end the class with this prayer. A'udhu billah.
A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim.
Do you want to recite by yourself?
Yes.
Okay, go on.
Allahumma arhamni Bil-Qur'an al-Azim.
Well done. And the translation?
Oh Allah, have mercy on me through the Quran the Great.
Jazakumullah. G11. Okay, sorry, what was the ID again?
G1126.
G1126. Jazakallah. So with this, we are going to end our today's class. Okay. See you all tomorrow, inshallah. Allah Hafiz. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.